actually gets paid to do it, but has done it all on his own. Learned everything from internet, other sources, and over the last 3.5 years is working on this project, which the logo is right there in the center. I've learned a few things, and so when I'm a member of the local chapter of the IGDA, and Josh, who's the chapter head, emailed around and asked for people who might want to be on a panel, and one of the topics was going to be how to make your own game. So I was like, hey, I could do that. And it turned out there wasn't enough interest for a panel discussion on it, but then he emailed me back and he said, hey, talk to the coordinator of this event, and so here I am. So we'll just start right into it. So, big and small. The reason I make the distinction is because we'll go into it later, but there is a big difference between a big project and a small project. So Orson Scott Card, who is an author, and he's also written for a couple of different games, one of which was kind of a breakout game for Utah. It was called Advent Rising. If any of you have ever heard of that game, Orson Scott Card wrote the script and everything for that game. And he says, you have to measure your successes by the way your audience responds to your games. No matter how small that audience is, it's yours. Your game is a part of the lives and the memories of those people in a way that WordPerfect or Lotus 123 or Windows could never be. And he said this back when WordPerfect and Lotus 123 kind of existed. They're not really what they were when he said that. Lotus 123, I don't think it exists anymore. WordPerfect is now owned by Corel. It's not its own company. WordPerfect was started in Orem, Utah. And I know where the buildings for it are now, but they're not there anymore. So we've got big and small. If you have big ambitions or small ambitions, kind of what we're going to cover is either one. Small ambitions would be, I want to make a portfolio. I want to show it to these guys that were here earlier to get a job in the industry. So small games will do that. Big games, if you have a burning desire to be crazy and do something big and attack one of the actual commercial games out there with a game that's just as good, you can do it. And so I'm going to go over some of the examples of where it actually has happened. From guys who aren't being paid, who have made a game, and then all of a sudden, bam, they're in. They've got a game. They're known all over the place, and somebody, a studio or a publisher has signed them up and given them a job to publish their game. It's all that. So what you have to ask yourself is, are you a dreamer? Jim Collins, who I quote a few more times during this presentation, is not a game analyst. He is a large Fortune 500 company analyst. If you've ever heard of the book that he's written called Good to Great, if you've gone to school for business or something like that, you will have heard of Jim Collins. He's a motivational speaker now, and he still does analysis. He says, dreams make you click, juice you, turn on you, excite the living daylights out of you. You cannot wait to get out of bed to continue pursuing your dream. The kind of dream I'm talking about gives meaning to your life. It is the ultimate motivator. So, in my life, I had a dream, and I'll go into the story a little bit later, but that's really how it all started for me. Something that I wanted to do, something I believed could happen, something I believed I could contribute to, and it started with a dream. So you got to be a dreamer. You got to envision what it is that you want, and then go for it.